Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Hello. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. So welcome to your Tuesday. What's up, everybody? Yeah.
Let's see that old man's ass.
Bring it, want it, need it. Nope.
You guys were busting out some jams there a second ago. Sounded pretty good.
Me and Virginia, we have started our own group called the Fuck Ups. No, we like to play little bare naked ladies together sometimes.
That was good. Why don't you give us a little taste?
Oh, Lord.
We got to practice a little bit more. That was
Oh, come on. Just give me a second.
What were we doing?
Just give me what you get.
lying in bed, just like
Brian Wilson?
I thought Jaybird's guitar playing was great, and then I was also very impressed with how much Virginia actually sounded like the lead singer here of Bare Naked Ladies.
Okay. I got to pull up the lyrics just so I make sure I don't blow it.
Okay, yeah, don't blow. Everybody's listening now.
Drove downtown in the rain, 9:30 on a Tuesday night, just to check out the late night.
Turn the words so I can see what you're going at.
All right.
All right, cool. Can't see him.
Perfect.
You started off.
Drove downtown in the rain, 9:30 on a Tuesday night, just to check out the late night record shop. Call it impulsive, call it compulsive, call it insane. But when I'm surrounded, I just can't stop. It's a matter of instincts, a matter of conditioning, and a matter of fact. Call me Pavlov's dog. Ring a bell and I'll salivate. How'd you like that? And why did you tell me not to stop? It's raining in bed.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting little ditty over there. I was like, okay.
It sounded better without a microphone.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
No one's expecting that to be good anyway. So
Yeah. It's kind of feeling that.
anytime
It's
you
a
want.
great song, but it's hard to sing.
Lying in bed, you're gonna. If you're doing a bare naked ladies, you have to sing like this, or you have to sing like this.
They do one or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah.
That's me and Virginia's band, though. That would be our that's our connection of friendship. Bare naked ladies, right there.
We love it. And we got to sing with them in their trailer. We got to sing If I Had $1 Million. And that's pretty awesome.
Well, probably one of the coolest radio moments ever. Because when I went back to school, I had never heard of the Bare Naked Ladies, and then I stole my little niece's greatest hits CD and fell in love with them and started researching the band and bought all of their albums. And that was before I got into radio. So then when we interviewed them, they said we could play with them. I was shitting happiness. I couldn't fucking believe it.
And they were so cool. They invited, it was backstage at Sunfest. And not everybody's cool backstage at Sunfest, but these guys were super cool. Invited us in their trailer. They had all these snacks. Magnolia was there. She was a little kid at the time. And they were letting her dig through their snacks, told her she could take whatever she wanted. She couldn't believe it.
I think they had the whole concert flip Magnolia off.
They did. Because we had Mags up on my shoulders, and they said, "Hey, look, there's Magnolia, everybody." And everybody turned around and waved at Magnolia. And then he goes, "Hey, everybody, flip off Magnolia." It's just It was a funny moment. I mean, it's not that funny now. I guess you had to be there, but
It's a cool moment, though.
it was really cool. If you're a big fan of a band and you get to
Yeah.
have that kind of moment with them, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
Big time.
We videoed it, and I watched the video not too long ago. I think it lives on YouTube.
Do you have a favorite moment from work that sticks out? Because I can, if someone said, what was your all-time moments, I could name all 5 of them very quickly.
From what we got to do, probably one for me. I've got a few. One was, I grew up a big Journey fan when I was in elementary school. They were really cranking, and we had the video game that you would play, and so I was, a huge Journey fan. And this is when I was probably about 20, 21 years old, and I just got into radio, and I was working in New York. And when I first got there, my money got pickpocketed. And so that was for my rent, and I had...
He had all the money in the world in the pocket of his cargo shorts
Yeah.
and went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
And
That's so messed up, man, that happened to you.
it was. That was like
Talk
day
about
two.
a quick baptism.
I'd never been in a big city. I'm from small town. And
Shucks, these buildings are so
Yeah.
tall. You were probably looking up at the buildings when they took your money out of your pocket.
Well, what had happened, I didn't realize. It was actually the New York Rangers had won the Stanley Cup. I think it was '94, and they were having the parade for that. And it was very crowded down there in the the Canyon of Heroes or something like that. And so I'm down in the midst of it, doing stuff, and somebody just keeps bumping me to this side. I'm like, what is up with this guy? So I'm kind of nudging him back, just trying to not get squashed in this. I realized later that guy was distracting me while somebody was picking my right pocket. It was in a cargo short. I had Velcro on it. Thought it was safe. And he undid the Velcro on the side pocket and actually resealed it. And I couldn't believe it. It was just gone.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, and so I did not have any money, and I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't want to call my parents. I'm like, I'm going to figure this out.
you
And-
can't tell them that you just lost all that money.
No.
Because then they're like,
Well-
maybe you shouldn't have gone.
Well, not even that. They wouldn't have done that. They would have sent me money, and I didn't. I've always been. I'd never wanted my parents to pay for anything, so I'm like, I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna figure it out. And so I was sleeping in my car for probably the first month or two that I was there. And what I would do is the general manager had a shower in his office, and I'd sneak in there at night and I'd take a shower because the cleaning crew would leave it open. So that's how I stayed somewhat clean. And then I would always wear radio station shirts, and that's what I wore.
Oh, he has such pride in the radio station.
And then they would bring out bagels when they had celebrities there. And it was in New York City, so there was a lot of celebrities that would come by. And so one day I was chowing down on bagels. I was so hungry. I hadn't, I only got to eat, maybe like, I would keep the bagels in my car, so I was eating stale bagels. So they had fresh bagels, so I finally got to eat fresh bagels. So I was just feeding my face so fast. I was so hungry. And some guy's just talking to me. I'm like, would this guy just shut up? Like,
I'm over here trying to enjoy this bagel.
I just want to eat and whatever. And he's like, well, it was nice talking to you. I got to go in the studio now. And I look up. I'm like, holy shit, that was Steve Perry. And I completely ignored everything. He was trying to strike a conversation up with me.
Aww.
And I was too busy eating, and I didn't even realize who this guy was until he walks on. I'm like, Steve Perry, I'm a big fan. And that was kind of a cool moment.
I'm living in my car. Don't mind me.
Even though you blew it, it still was a cool moment.
Yes. So there you go. So I jacked up that because of...
That's cool, though.
Yeah. So there you go. That was all fun.
What's your favorite one besides Bare Naked Ladies, Bird?
When we got to play with Jason Mraz, that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I think the time when I was hammered and I got somehow by Tom Cruise to ask him one question, and then security got me out of the Jingle
That
Ball
was
area.
cool, yeah.
That was a pretty cool moment. And definitely when I got to interview, now a lot of people won't know who this is, but Dr. Wayne Dyer, at the time, was ranked 3rd in the world as a spiritual guru, and I got to interview him. So it was the Dalai Lama, Eckhart Tolle, or whatever that guy's name is, and then Wayne Dyer.
And you still have that video. You'll have that forever.
Yeah, and I got to interview him. He's a big self-help, motivational kind of speaker, spiritual kind of guy. He passed on, but his sibling, or I'm sorry, his daughter lived down here, and she listened to the show and got a hold of me, and he had found out that I donated my kidney to my buddy Jim and loved the story and said he'd do an interview with me.
Wow.
And I got to talk to him, and it was right after my mom, not was like a year and a half or 2 years after my mom died, and I had so many questions, and he helped me out greatly. So that was probably one of my best moments as well.
That's cool.
Do you have?
Cool
Do you have?
I agree with you on the Jason Mraz, and I would just add to that Sting. Going backstage with Sting and hanging out in his trailer. He wanted everybody to sit on the ground, crisscross applesauce.
Do you know how fucking cool that is and rare
Yeah,
that is?
that
He's
is.
an A-lister. He's a Hall of Famer.
We did this whole like interview with him and like Sting. It's Sting.
Yeah.
And he was so into it. And at the time, like I just didn't appreciate how special it was. I mean, of course I thought it was cool in the moment, but I look back on that and go, wow.
I mean,
that's
Sting,
pretty awesome.
He doesn't do that many interviews.
Just because of how he did it too. It wasn't like a normal, like we've met a bunch of people backstage right before their show and then they hustle you in for a picture and they hustle you out and those don't really stand out. It's because he wanted us all to sit down, crisscross applesauce, and he really took time and he was asking us stuff and we were asking him stuff and he let us bring other people in there. I remember I brought in like 7 family members. You know me. If you give me an inch, I'll take a mile. So I brought in like my family members and they were impressed. It was just cool.
That was the one thing I learned from just being with him was that he took so much interest in all of us. And I thought that was a good lesson that here you got this guy Sting that has a world's worth of great stories and he is the way he is. And it really was like a reversal. Like he was interviewing us, like he really had genuine interest. Didn't seem like he's even faking it, just, saying, hey, what's going on with you guys? And
That's how I feel about Bob Saget. Bob Saget comes in and he's one of those guys that gets it and asks about you and makes sure he lets you know that he remembers a prior moment. I mean,
Yeah.
he took a selfie with Rocco.
He did.
Danny Tanner. It's pretty cool.
yeah, so those some really some cool moments. And that's a good life lesson that, when you're with people, have people talk about themselves. Remember their name, use their name, and have them open up about themselves. And, try to build up a tolerance so that you can do that. I know some people are like, I hate hearing people talk. But, if you want to make yourself endearing to other people, that's one of the great tips you can use.
Yeah, if you care about
people.
being cool with other people.
But if you're Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, if you're an asshole.
That's it. Got a lot of emails today, just kind of explaining. We were talking earlier about the ins and outs of coronavirus, and it's just reading about how people are trying to, deal with the restrictions from their work and still work. People need to, and they can't stay home, and what you do and how you can get tests and all that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of crazy, and the rules keep changing on everybody. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on July 22nd updated their guidelines for when somebody can stop isolating at home and return to work. And they say rather than requiring 2 negative tests 24 hours apart to return to work, someone can go back after 20 days have passed since the first symptom or 10 days after the first positive test for those without symptoms. It's already, even in just an explanation, how confusing is that?
Say it again.
So rather than requiring 2 negative tests 24 hours apart to return to work, somebody can go back after 20 days have passed since the first symptom or 10 days after the first positive test for those without symptoms.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Kevin, it's really hard for me.
I know. Well, this
I'm
is
sorry.
Well, people are having a hard time, and you wonder with the disease, and people are shaming, but people are like, I got to work, I got to make money. Not all rules at jobs are set the same, and I got to try to understand what the hell you're telling me here with what I got to do. So, what exactly is a symptom? If I got a little bit of a sore throat, or if I sneeze, is that a symptom? Like, what is going on? I got money I got to make, and that's why. I think you're seeing still the disease spreading a little bit is because some people are like, I don't know. I'm trying to get tested. I'm running all over the place trying to get these tests, paying money for it that I don't have.
I also got kids I got to take care of.
I got kids I got to take care of.
I got to work.
Yeah.
I got this guy down the street judging me. Fuck this guy.
Right.
I'm sorry. I like the judge.
And they say 24 hours must also pass since somebody's last fever. That's the CDC guidelines on when you can go back. And, just people trying to, find tests and all that. They say it's tough. They say the most accurate test to learn if you're infected is the PCR diagnostic test used at most government-run sites. They say an antibody test offers quick results, but only shows past exposure. So that's not going to get you back into work.
When I get a fever or a temperature, my thoughts hurt. My thoughts and my words, they hurt. Kind of like they're probably hurting everyone's ears right now, probably.
Sorry, I'm just looking at you and nodding. That doesn't work well on the radio.
Well, you're nodding, you're not saying anything, and I keep talking.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Interrupt me. Stop the bleeding. It's going nowhere fast.
They say by paying cash at a private lab, results come back faster. Like Lab 24 has a swab site in Boca and one in Miami where people can walk up, pay cash, $150 to $180, and you get results in 24 hours.
Well, think about it. You want to go swimming in a public pool or a private pool?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the private.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got the money, if you haven't been fired from your job, then I think you can save yourself a lot of time. And if time is more important than money, you can save yourself time by going to a private testing facility. Because I've heard of people waiting in lines to get the public test for like hours. That's great if you're not working right now, but for people that are still working, you might not have that luxury.
Mm-hmm. They say that private insurance will cover the cost if somebody has symptoms.
Okay.
And smaller sites that use smaller labs that advertise shorter wait times. There are a few of those that are out there. But some health officials are saying that what's going on is a lot of people who don't need to be tested are trying to get tested, and they're slowing down the results of people who need to get them back.
I get it. There's a lot of people that are freaking out and just want to go and get a test.
And you're one of them.
I have not done that.
No, the freaking out part.
I freaked out and I did not go get a test.
Mm-hmm.
I took a Claritin and then I felt 100% better.
Which is great. Let me freak out and not get tested.
It was just allergies. I'm prone to allergies, so I should know my symptoms. But seriously, every slight little tickle, I'm like, oh my God, I got the Crohn's.
Yeah.
Does that Claritin make you a little drowsy sometimes?
No, I take the Claritin D, so it actually jacks me up a little bit. And sometimes when I come in here and I'm a little extra squirrely, it's because I'm on that Claritin D.
Oh, get off of that. Oh my gosh. Please.
Just for that, I'm popping an extra pill.
Maybe Denny's must give me the other kind. Like,
yeah, he gives you the lame Claritin.
He gives me the roofie kind. I feel like I'm going under.
The Claritin I take, you have to go and ask the pharmacist for it because the same shit in it they try to make meth out of.
Okay, you're on the harder side of Claritin.
I'm on the hard Claritin that makes you like, man, let's go.
I got that bullshit over the counter. So.
Yeah, OTC,
They say if you get tested, behave like you are positive and quarantine at home until you get the result. And this is just where this is.
That's hashtag be cool. If you felt sick enough to go and get tested, then you should go home to wait for your results, not be out and about living your best life till you hear back from them.
Yeah.
I noticed some people are going out in public living their worst life.
And then the email that somebody sent us wanted us to get the word out. What we talked about earlier is the Families First Coronavirus Response Act. It's for small businesses, and I think this is like 50 to 500 employees, but they're supposed to give their employees 2 weeks of paid leave with an additional 10 weeks of paid leave if they have to care for a son or daughter whose school or daycare has been closed due to the coronavirus. So that is good to know. But somebody said, hey, I work hourly. I don't have any one of those small businesses. So they're trying to help everybody, but there's a lot of things that, are iffy about all that. So there you go. Thank you for the emails and the information. We're still trying to understand it, and I still don't. So.
No.
Nah, I'm pretty much the same as I was day one this all started.
Yeah.
I've learned nothing. No, you've learned some stuff.
What have I learned? What? That people fight over masks?
Let me see. You got a fun little email here. Somebody's done a little bit of photoshopping. You have, the Three Stooges, right? You have
Larry, Curly, and Moe.
Yes.
And sometimes Shemp.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when you are watching the Three Stooges and you go, shit, Shemp.
Mm-hmm.
Have they put our faces on Larry, Curly, and Moe?
No, they've basically done a side-by-side of Moe and Birdie with the hair. You can see if you're watching KVJ TV.
I don't know if you did. You see the video I did on Saturday night where I dressed in the turtleneck and had my hair like the.
Yeah, my oldest son Colin was looking at it. He's like, that's a 70s kind of outfit there.
I think people are thinking I'm being serious with this. Look, I'm just fucking around. I'm just growing out my hair. I really don't think it looks good, first of all. And I want to see how long I can go it because, it's fun. But I'm not really going in the mirror going, fuck yeah, man, this Mo haircut looks sweet.
Yeah.
Like some of these fuck faces think I'm doing.
Trying something different, doing something new.
I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
I don't think anything I do looks good.
Don't worry about it. Somebody told me I look sick and I need to get back on steroids.
Oh, damn it.
Don't worry, Kevin, they said that to me last night. Bert, you're looking sickly again, gain some weight. I'm like, all right. By the way, get a haircut.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also funny. Somebody's like, "Well, why did you stop lifting heavy and all that stuff? Why'd you give up on?" I'm like,
Corona, bro.
Well, it hurts too.
Right. One is that it was a full-time job. Like you have to spend a lot of time on that. Like that was 2 hours of every day that you have to spend doing that. You have to eat a lot. You have to do all this kind of stuff. And yeah, your body, I noticed, started to hurt more and more as I got older and older.
And as you do get older, you can't keep eating like that because your metabolism changes and your body changes. And Kevin is listening to his body. So y'all need to STFU.
Well, I just want to do different things with my time. I've got other projects that I'd like to work on, and spending 2 hours focused solely on maintaining muscles, I'm like,
you did it. You enjoyed it, but now that time has passed.
Right, lean and mean. That's all it is. So
and stop being such a dick too. Not you, Kevin.
Right. I was like, well, I'll work on that. I can work on.
Well, there was this one post you had up there. It was like a loving post of him and his family, and it was such a nice, warm post. And like 80% of the comments were just so mean to Kevin. And I get it. We rip on each other, but I also get a little protective when it's that fucking mean. He is human. I know it's odd.
Well, there's mean there's like a funny cut that's like hysterical, kind of like the little photo with you, and then there's just fucking mean.
Well, it actually makes
there's no comedy. It's just mean. It's like that's not amusing. It's
here's a secret. Yeah, you can't hurt someone's feelings by saying some shit online. Just because you type it doesn't mean you're not an asshole.
Yeah, you're like, it's not amusing. It's not. It's just that comment's just mean.
It breaks your spirit, makes you kind of like depressed. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's funny, you're like, okay, I get that. Those I actually appreciate. I'm like, well, I like that person. I like to have a beer with them. The other person is something mean about going, fuck you, listen to another show.
Go fuck yourself. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Nice Bird's going away. I'm clapping back at some people.
Yeah.
Nice Bird's dead.
Yeah.
Nice Bird got the corona and died.
Well, you can only hear so many times what a fuck face you are until you finally break.
And then you become a fuck face.
That's what happens. I didn't want to be a fuck face.
Y'all made me this way.
It's your fault, not mine. That's the way it goes. Let me see here. Got a fun little email. We were talking about pet names and people that could have either a dog name or a human name and exactly which ones fit for which. And we got an email here from Jessica in Madison, Wisconsin. She said, I was listening to the show last week about animal names, and I'd like to introduce you to my dog, Keith.
Aww.
See Keith there?
I love Keith.
Yeah. He's a pit bull.
Keith.
And, he's named after a dog from a show that used to be on HBO, and I love making appointments for him and having to tell people that my dog's name is Keith. They always get a good reaction on that. So.
That's great.
I do love a dog. Panda had a dog named Lloyd.
That's good.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I love when dogs have that pink on their lip on the outside. It reminds me of a little roast beef. I just want to kiss it.
And I got an email here from Anna, and she said, when you can comprehend why pizza is round to fit in a square box to be eaten in triangles, then you will understand women.
Wow.
Yeah, that is complex.
Let me work that through. When you can comprehend pizza is round to fit in a square box to be eaten in triangles, you'll understand. That's clearly a pussy eating joke.
I don't think it's a pussy eating joke.
It's not?
You see what you want to see.
What?
Somebody hasn't ate in a while.
Oh my God.
Well, I was like, whoa,
was a
what?
vulgar.
No.
I'm like, what?
It's just saying women are complicated and don't make sense. not about snacking at the Y. Oh, my. Somebody needs...
Snacking at the Y.
You need to hook up.
Wow.
I'm scared too. I'm afraid I'm going to come here with Corona. You're going to kill me. I'm not scared of Corona. I'm scared of Virginia.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize if that was a little vulgar. I'm sorry. I try to not say the P word too much.
Interesting stuff.
Well, you threw me for a loop. You're talking about women and pizza. And...
You threw us for a loop.
Well, to actually answer that question, why does a round pizza come in a square box, in case you're wondering? It's too hard to make a round box, apparently.
Okay.
They say that even if a container manufacturer could retool all their machines to try to make a round container, it would be harder and much more time-consuming, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble. Square boxes keep round pizza safer, and early pizza was a square, so they started making it in square boxes because pizza was square.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask something that you had just stacking at the Y? What is that?
Because it looks like a
A lie, yeah. You never heard that?
Fucking amazing.
Something brand new.
I've never heard that.
It's not the YMCA.
Okay, snacking at the Y. You've heard of that, Kevin?
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm surprised you haven't
Heard it. He's done it.
Yeah.
30 years
Open
ago.
24 hours a day. And so then why is pizza cut into triangles? Some people believe it's the best shape to hold the flexible pizza. It seems to divvy out better if you've got several people eating from the pie. Do you prefer triangles or you prefer squares in your pizza?
I like it triangular. I think it's just fun. Rocco just started eating it because I used to cut it into little squares for him. He just started telling me, Mommy, I'm a big boy now. I want to eat it like y'all. I want to eat it in the full triangle.
So I feel like if you cut up in little squares, I could eat a lot more just on a psychological level. I feel like I'm eating less. But I probably...
It's the finger sandwich philosophy. You can eat 50 finger sandwiches, but if you eat one regular sandwich, you're full.
My favorite pizza of all time, they actually cut it up in squares, but it's probably the only place I like it in squares. I'm a triangle man.
Yeah, okay,
Usually.
you're a triangle guy. Yeah. For holding, I do agree, but you're right. My hometown pizza, too, they do it in squares. We do it at home in squares, and I don't know why.
Well, I was doing a lot of Sicilian pizza. Right when the pandemic started, for the first 2.5 months, I was eating a shit ton of Sicilian pizza. The real thick, just big old, and I was finishing her off.
Yeah.
And that's when between that and the chocolate cake, and a lot of the pastries I was eating, I was gaining weight at an alarming rate.
It's a lot of dough, man.
It was a lot of dough, and I kept on ordering.
Carbs and sugar.
I was ordering 2 Sicilian pies per day. I mean, it's fucked.
You said that you actually ordered food to your old address?
So I have on my app, I got a new phone, and I had to kind of do all my little things again.
You had to redo everything.
Yes, and I accidentally it automatically filled in my old address, and I didn't realize it, so I ordered some Tex-Mex last night.
Did you realize it before it was delivered?
Well, I realized it because it said your food had been delivered, and it goes, your food is here, blah blah blah, and I'm like, hello, I'm outside.
Tex-Mex?
Yes, I was like a scary movie. Anybody out there? And I realized it was at my old address, and it was past 9 o'clock. So I'm thinking those fuckers ate my food first of all.
Oh, they were so happy.
I know they got free Tex-Mex, and I was thinking, but Dennis goes, you should have just went over there and asked for it.
No, once they have it, you don't want it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what they've done to it.
Well, I'm knocking on the door at 9 o'clock. Hey, I got my Tex-Mex.
I already don't trust the guy delivering it not to take a bite. You think you can trust people in a house that close the door?
So I took a loss. Not only did I pay for it, I didn't fucking eat it.
And you probably tipped well.
I did. $10 tip, bro. Oh. It was the definition of losing.
You should just go over there tomorrow and walk by those people, and if you see them, just go, you're welcome.
I might do that. It might make me feel good.
Yeah.
Even if they can't hear me, I might just do that.
You're welcome, asshole.
Walk by. How do you like the Tex-Mex? Yeah, I should just walk by and go, Tex-Mex!
Tex-Mex, you're welcome.
You're the one sent it to me, asshole. Don't call me an asshole.
No, you're right. No, I am the asshole.
if you do that-
sent it to my house and you heckle me because it was delivered here?
If you do
I know where
say
you live.
Tex Mex, you asshole, you're welcome. Please video it.
I mean, I can't think of me losing any more other than me walking out and getting hit by a fucking coconut.
That happens.
I know it does.
All right, fun stuff. So Denny's is in his place, and Jaybird, where's your status on house hunting right now?
I'm still looking.
Oh,
Okay.
he sent me a picture yesterday of a real crap hole.
Well,
yeah?
Oh, rough neighborhood.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he's a rough guy.
There's not a lot on the market, so that's what's tough right now. There's just people are afraid to have open houses.
I legit have a house that I'm looking at right now that I love, and it would be a really cool story if it works out, but I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to go through all the details yet.
Don't talk about it yet.
I'm not.
You'll jinx it.
I'm not going to talk about it yet, but if this was to work out, this would be fucking amazing.
I agree.
This would
Okay.
be really amazing.
It would be kismet.
So I'm just waiting to get through this little weirdness. It's a weird, unique situation. Of course it is. But if it works out, it's going to be awesome for me.
Okay.
And I think awesome for the show, too, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it would be awesome as a story. It would be great for your family. It would be great for us.
Yeah, I'm looking in, because Denny's is in West Palm. I'm looking in the Palm Beach Gardens area, but it's not that far from where Denny's is at. Denny's is pretty, it's an easy shoot.
Okay.
So I'll probably be no longer than 10 minutes away from Denny's.
Okay.
I know I said I want to live on the same street, just not in the cards.
Right. That's tough to do.
It's really fucking tough to do.
Yeah.
Especially when nobody's putting their house up for
Well, I
sale.
want to live on the same street as my friend, and
You can start knocking on doors and saying, "Hey, you want to sell me your house?"
yeah, that would go well.
I've known people that have done that and actually found a house that way. They picked a neighborhood they wanted to live in, and they went around and they left notes. They left handwritten notes for all these people on the street. And they got 2 calls from 2 different people that were about to list their house, and they bought a house that way.
Oh, no way.
Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy.
You know, I had a chance to buy my mom's house, and I didn't do it. We sold it.
Yeah, right.
And I remember thinking, do I want to get, and I look back now, and we sold it probably only like 3 or 4 years ago. But I think we were just getting back from Miami, and my head wasn't there mentally.
Yeah.
But shit, man, I would do anything to have bought that. I drove by it the other day. What a shithole it has turned into.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh. They put the most bizarre looking tree in the most bizarre spot in the front yard. It just doesn't look, it looks like shit. I drove
Wow.
by it and felt kind of sad.
Aww.
Yeah, I would have done better things with that house, but it really, like, I couldn't believe that thing fell apart like that.
The house that I grew up in New Orleans, it's now basically a junkyard. There's somebody that owns it, and all they do is they must like take cars.
Yeah.
And there's like cars all in the backyard. There's cars all in the front yard. And they chopped down the magnolia tree that Magnolia is named after.
Oh, wow.
I
a
was
crime.
weeping when I went back to my childhood home.
But I wonder too, as an adult, would you want to live in your childhood home? Is that cool, or is that too, I don't know, too familiar?
It might not be a good idea because it
you're-
would remind you of your mom and her passing, and
I don't care. I mean,
there's
that's not,
happy memories too, but
I'm at peace with all that, though. It's not like I would be. I mean, that's. Yeah, I know. Positive K, you want to come in here and try to save the day? Negative V's got the floor. Your mom died. Too many terrible memories. I actually would have loved.
Anne died too.
I know, but she didn't. I would have probably liked.
You're just surrounded by death. That whole house is just
Get
death.
a new, fresh, death-free
Yeah,
house.
you're just
I'm over here.
that place is just all dead.
Kev, I really would love my mom's house. Yeah, but your mom died. It'd be fucked, bird.
I was going down the path of just a glorious memories. No, here comes death.
You
No,
need a
it's
fresh
death.
space.
It really is positive.
And Ann died too.
It's positive K
I don't know
versus
if you knew that
negative.
Ann's dead. Did you know that?
Yeah, but she died after the fact, moving out of the house. It's
she lived there for
really
a long
not
time.
Connected.
Yeah, but it's all still death. There's just death there. Yeah, there's all kinds of terrible.
Oh, you're too happy telling a story. Oh, hold my beer.
I got you.
When you do move, people want to know if you would please give them your old place because they'd like to get some free food.
Oh, yes. Good call.
All the exciting delivery orders they're going to get to your current address
At
after
least
you
for
move.
2 weeks.
Yeah, at least for a while.
I'm a boob.
Oh, lovable boob. Thank y'all for tuning in and for all the hateful comments. We appreciate it. Be back for more tomorrow for some reason. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.